September 4th, 2022 was a dark day for AEW. After a fantastic pay-per-view with the main event of All Out being Punk and Jon Moxley, we get one of the best ending sequences of all time in a pay-per-view. Unfortunately, the night did not end well, as we all know, with Brawl Out happening after Punk decided to go off script and do a whole shoot promo talking shit about the Elite and everything that happened. Which had me thinking, what if Brawl Out never happened? Let's find out. Cue the intro. Before I begin this alternate timeline, I want to make things straight. We're going to go through everything when it came to from where it started all the way up to All In, which is basically the last time we've seen Punk on AEW television. We have to go all the way back to when Hangman and CM Punk had their feud for the world title. During a great promo segment, Hangman said something that struck a nerve in CM Punk, basically going off script and throwing hints at situations that happened backstage and all the rumors. He didn't say it directly, but CM Punk realized what was going on. He talked to Hangman backstage and also talked to the Elite, talking about he doesn't like the whole situation where the rumors about Colt Cabana and all of that. He just wants everybody to drop this. We don't have to like each other, but let's just be civil about everything. And they all agreed to part ways and nobody get mad at anybody. But of course, the Wrestling Observer finds out about this and changes the narrative, saying that CM Punk and the Elite had a whole heated argument that ended in a huge blowout, doors were slammed, and yada yada yada. We all know how it goes. So then we get to Hangman versus CM Punk at Double or Nothing for the World Heavyweight Championship. And just like in the regular timeline, CM Punk does win the World Championship in a great good feel moment. But we're also going to continue the actual timeline as well, as CM Punk on the next week's episode of Dynamite, like an idiot, jumps into the crowd and actually injures himself. I understand that he was excited, but he wound up hurting his own self, which would lead to him vacating the title. We will also be adding the fact that he does return and faces Jon Moxley and loses on Dynamite, and then goes into All Out, and we get exactly what happened as well, as he wins the world title, and we get one of the best ending sequences ever with the return of none other than MJF. One of my favorite moments ever. So we will continue that part. Then we get to the media scrum where Brawl Out originally happened, but instead MJF is just the main topic for Punk, and he just makes a shoot promo on MJF, building up their feud to the eventual match that they would have for the world title. So instead of all the BS that goes on, they're just building towards that match. Unfortunately, just like in real time, CM Punk got injured during that All Out match, so we don't get to see anything. At Grand Slam, Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley does happen for the vacated world title. Then we go into Full Gear, and just like how in real time, MJF defeats Jon Moxley for the World Heavyweight Championship. So none of this changes in that situation. Also, the Elite is killing it in the Trios division, obviously because there were no suspensions. They have still been Trios champions, and they currently look unstoppable, as nobody can take the titles away from them. We still get MJF versus Bryan Danielson in one of the greatest Iron Man matches of all time, in my opinion. We keep that going. He finishes his feud with Bryan. We also do get MJF versus Ricky Starks still happening, but after the match happens, the lights go out, then they come back on, and on the screen is CM Punk with the world title. He is finally back, and he is targeting MJF since he believes he is the real world champion. Think this will be the best thing to do, since we can finally finish the feud that we've been waiting for, and we build this up to be the final mega match, as it's winner take all, MJF versus CM Punk for the world title at Double or Nothing. And the build to this match is absolutely phenomenal, as both guys are killing it on the mic each week, cutting promos one by one, then finally meeting one more time face to face in an amazing promo battle, which leads to both men taking one more big jab at each other, and they say see you at Double or Nothing. Then the match happens, and of course, as it should have been, as it was going to be, MJF wins it all and beats CM Punk to end the feud, and he remains World Heavyweight Champion. And after this match, Tony Khan and CM Punk have a talk, and we still do get Collision, because Punk believes splitting the rosters in half and having half of them on Collision would be great for AEW, as more talent will get more TV time, because nobody really watches fucking Rampage. Therefore, Collision is run by the biggest face on that brand, CM Punk, and his best buddies FTR, as they do a lot of trios matches, plus FTR are the tag team champions at the time. We still have Forbidden Door going on, as the Owen Hart tournament is going on. Punk is still in it, and just like the regular timeline, he does reach the finals, but in the finals, he will be going against Samoa Joe. And here's the big thing. CM Punk and Samoa Joe are having a great finals match, and Punk is about to take out Samoa Joe. Then, out of nowhere, the Elite show up and cost CM Punk the Owen Hart Cup, which leads to the big feud between the Elite and CM Punk. The next week on Dynamite, the Elite show up and talk about how they feel CM Punk and FTR are a bunch of fake phonies who are scared to face them, after FTR and CM Punk have been catching a whole bunch of trios wins and don't go after the champions because they're scared of the EVPs. CM Punk does not show up on Dynamite because he considers himself a Collision guy, and there's no need for him to be on Dynamite. The next week on Collision, FTR and CM Punk cut a promo saying there's no need for them to go on Dynamite because there's no competition there, because Collision is actually A show and Dynamite is the B show, and nobody cares to watch the EVPs at all. At this time, FTR are the tag team champions, and they go against the Guns because the Guns have won a tag team tournament to get a title shot, in which the match happens on Collision. And as good as the match is going, FTR is close to retaining. Once again, the Elite get involved and cost FTR the tag team championships. The following Dynamite, the Elite are in trios action as they have a trios eliminator match, because you know Tony Khan loves his eliminator matches. But anyways, they have a dominant victory, and then right after that, CM Punk and FTR invade Dynamite, in which, seeing this, the Elite retreat and head up the ramp, and that's when CM Punk takes the mic. He looks the Elite right in the eyes and he tells them, "We're finally on your show that you desperately wanted us on for ratings, and you decide to leave and retreat like wussies that you guys are. You want to call us out and cost us everything? Fine, we're going to take those trios titles away from you guys. How about at All In, FTR and CM Punk versus the Elite for the trios titles?" And the Elite accept the challenge. Throughout this build, it's actually pretty hectic. To make this the biggest match ever, the Elite and CM Punk decide to use all the rumors as a way to make this seem like this is a legit beef situation, and that these guys are finally gonna hash it out in front of 50,000 plus people at All In. So they want to make this as personal as possible. They all agree on it, and it's an amazing build to this match. Everybody's super pumped for it. We don't know who is going to win. I think this was beautiful. We finally are at All In. And before we get into that match, we have to talk about Jack Perry. Jack Perry does go to CM Punk saying that he wants to use real glass, and CM Punk tells him, no, don't do it. But instead of them having this immature situation, they take it up with Tony Khan. They all sit down for a quick meeting, and they all decide Jack Perry should not use real glass because it just doesn't make any sense, and everything is all good. Jack Perry does not use real glass, and there is no beef between those two guys. We finally make it. FTR, CM Punk versus the Elite. The biggest match that they can ever put on. Nobody thought this match will ever be possible, and CM Punk and FTR actually win the trios championships, and it's an amazing moment as the evil EVPs lose. But backstage, CM Punk and the Elite finally make peace with each other. all for the love of wrestling, and everything runs smoothly. Then a few months pass, CM Punk is on the Ariel Helwani show, and Ariel talks about the rumors between the beef between the Elite and CM Punk comes clean about how the fact that they actually squashed this beef a very long time ago. It was right before the rumors of a heated argument that never happened. It was just grown men handling business, and nothing happened other than that. They all reached an agreement, and that is it. And this concludes what I think would have happened if Brawl Out never happened. I think this was honestly one of my favorite videos to make. I truly believe that things could have been a lot different if everybody acted like grown adults as they should have. What do you guys think? Do you think I nailed this, or do you disagree with everything I said? Let me know in the comments. Once again, this has been NezReacts, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you guys.